thanks for joining our Founders Day celebration as we celebrate 50 years of service. I would like to welcome our founder president, Uncle Ruzly, our distinguished past presidents, Rotarians, and the Rotaract Club of Colombo, the current membership and the board. This 52nd birthday had to obviously be done differently due to the situation in the country, but I suppose the good that came out of it was the fact that we could actually invite past presidents who are in Sri Lanka, but also those who are overseas as well. So I would thank you once again for joining. So let's proceed to the program. So this is the general program. Really sorry about the delay in starting. We will next have a project overview where we look through all the avenues of service, followed by an address by our founder president, Rotarian past president, Ruzly Hussain. This would be followed by a group photograph, and then an address by past president Alefiya Akbarally, who was the president in 2006. This would then be followed by an address by a Rotary Youth Services Chair, Rotarian Asangi Ratnayake. And the final part of the program would be an open floor for contribution by all attendees, where I would like to welcome anyone who wishes to talk about their time in Rotaract or say anything that would be, that they would like to. You have about 10 minutes to talk about that as well. So moving on, I would like to invite the relevant avenue directors to talk about the projects, the past projects and the future projects when I call out them. So let's start off with community service. Aslan?
Yes. So we made can you guys hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So we made a donation to the cancer hospice, which came to about, about 20-30 kilos of rice and about 10-15 kilos of dal, which was the requirement at the moment. So we managed to distribute about 1.5 months ago, which was a successful project. Can you go to the other slide, Chedla?
Sorry, the small part. Yeah, just give me a second. Sorry. Yeah.
Reach Out SL is a project which we are doing with the Rotary. So this is the cluster project which we are doing with a few.
No, so this is actually, Reach Out is something that we do in collaboration with Rotary, where they run the project, but we help them with the editing of the forms and the reports.
Yes, correct. So on the future projects column, first of all, we have Yapi hours, which was unfortunately had to be postponed because of this COVID issue and the lockdowns, which will be hopefully will be done around once this lockdown is over. This is mainly to feed all the stray dogs, etc., in the vicinity. So next will be Together SL, the cluster project. This will be to upgrade facilities of a semi-urban maternity hospital, which is around 75 to 80 kilometers away from Colombo. This will be done with a few clubs with Rotary. Then we'll be having Stop the Spread, which will be donations to a rural school, which they will advise the school, which will need to be proceeded. Then we'll be having the tree planting, which is also a Rotary project. We plan to plant about 2,000 trees, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Then we'll be having Eco for Eco, a joint project with the Rotaract Clubs of Colombo West and Uptown, and also an upcoming Intract Club, which will mostly be Kerry College, Colombo. Then it will be the donation to Nodal Sri Lanka initiative by the Pearl Protectors. Chelia, can you please elaborate on this project, please?
Yes. So basically, the Nodal Sri Lanka initiative is looking to clean out plastic pellets that have been deposited at beaches. So we will be looking at making a donation for them to buy equipment. And then we will also be doing English workshops for A-level students. This will be done via Zoom over the weekends, and this is a joint project with the Rotaract Club of Colombo in Jaffna. And after that, we will also be continuing our projects with the Mother Sri Lanka Trust, which would look at projects that help local entrepreneurs and also school children. So then we will move on to club service. May I invite Sam to talk about it?
Thanks, Chetlia. So first up is the Bodhi's Day Out, which we did on the last day of July. It was an unofficial outing for the board members for this year at Sunny South Villa in Bolgoda. And it was mostly an opportunity for the new members of the club to interact with the old members and get to know each other as well as to discuss the year plan and future projects and so on. It was a fairly fun day. There was a lot of water sports. We had a couple of meals together, and it was a very fun-filled day. Next is Coffee with Colombo. So this is a continuation of 3 sessions we did in June 2021, and this is the 4th. The concept is inviting past presidents and past members to come and talk about their days at Rotaract. Once again, a chance for the current members to get to know what it was like at RCC. We invited Amar Padamali and Murad Jaya for the 4th session, and the moderator was Raki Tansingani. And it was once again a very casual event. There was many laughs and fun memories shared. All right, next let's go to future projects. First is the TV trivia quiz. This will be a fundraiser. The idea is to conduct a public quiz where participants will have to pay a registration fee to join. It'll be based on TV series where we will have a couple of rounds. Each round will be for a particular TV show, and we'll choose a winner at the end and offer them a prize. And we hope to raise funds through the registration fees. Next is paintball. This will be a joint project with the Rotaract Club of Colombo Uptown. Unfortunately, it was postponed due to COVID restrictions, but the original plan was to do it at Hustlers Paintball in Hanweiler, and we'll be registering and facing each other at a paintball match. Next, the Rotaract Club of Colombo Over 50 Years book. This has actually been an idea that was on the table for some time. So we will be collecting photographs, anecdotes, testimonials, and so on from the past years. And we'll be breaking this book up based on decades. It will basically be an archive of our history and legacy. So right now we are looking to put together an editorial committee and start work on it soon. And I'd also like to thank all the past members and past presidents who contributed to this with photographs that they shared. Next will be the club t-shirts. We are in the process of finalizing the design. And then installation. Once again, depending on the current situation, it will most likely be a hybrid event, and it's scheduled for October at the moment. Over to you, Chetlia.
Thanks, Sam. Now I would invite our past President, Professional Development Director, Amy Thiris, to talk about the Professional Development Avenue.
Thanks, Chetlia. Hi, guys. Good evening, and it's lovely to see all our other past members here.
Amy, you can't be heard. You've gone on mute.
Sorry about that. So the first project that we did under PD was Staying Healthy During COVID, which was conducted by Dr. Devan Hallock. This was a general session on just how to sort of prevent COVID as much as possible, a few exercise stuff, maybe eating habits and stuff that we could do to just help during this time and make sure that we keep our immune system up. The next project that we started, which is an ongoing project, is Mandarin. So we have around 10 participants from the club who are currently learning Mandarin. We just started this Monday, this project, and this project will run weekly for the next 4 months. As future projects, we have a session on financial literacy, which will be done by Standard Chartered Bank. This is on September 24th, and it's a joint project with Colombo Uptown and Colombo region. Chetlia?
No, just Uptown.
Just Uptown. Okay. Yeah. That's it.
Thanks, Amy. Now we move on to international service. Can I invite Raki to address us, please?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. We've been involved in a project called Rotary Give Every Child a Future, known as GCAF, which is a multinational project to help 100,000 children living in the South Pacific island nations, such as Fiji, Micronesia, and others. have a chance to be free of cervical cancer, rotavirus, and pneumococcal bacterial infections. And these are the leading killers of children under 5 years of age. And due to the poor health systems and limited government resources, they're finding it difficult to reach vaccines for children in these areas. And therefore, members of Rotaract clubs worldwide have rallied around to #move for GCAF, which is to move, exercise, run, dance, bike, etc. For one day to raise awareness, so more people would know about this Rotary initiative. And so during our Bodies Day Out, we took part in one of the challenges set, which was a 30-second plank. And we posted it on our social media pages. And on the 18th of September, we will combine all the videos that we have received from all of our members and combine it into a video montage and post it on all our social media pages. As part of future projects, we are in the process of initiating a twin club agreement, hopefully with a club in South America. So this would entail doing a bunch of virtual meetings, virtual cultural exchanges, as well as a cross-border community service project. We're hopefully trying to organize a cross-border blood donation drive, where the club that we twin with will organize a donation drive in their country, and we will organize a blood donation drive in Sri Lanka, which I think right now is the need of the hour. That's all for international service. Cheds, over to you.
Thank you, Rax. Okay, so that was pretty much it in terms of our project overview. I would like to now invite everyone to turn on their cameras so we can actually take a group picture. Hi, it's nice to see you all. Sam, would you be able to?
Gently, I'm very sorry. I will not be able to turn on my camera because I'm on my laptop and I'm having an issue with that. So,
no problem at all.
Sorry about that.
Thank you, though. Sam, we need to take 2 pictures because there are 2 screens.
Sure.
Yeah, so shall I just do a countdown? Does that make it easier? Ruki, would you take the picture? Okay.
Yeah,
3, yeah, okay. 3, 2, 1, smile. And there's a second screen as well, Ruki. Thank you, everyone. Okay, thanks a lot. So now we will move on to an address by our founder president, Rotarian Ruzly Hussain. Uncle Ruzly? Is Uncle Ruzly here?
He is here, Chet.
Uncle Ruzly, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, Uncle Ruzly.
I can hear you well.
Okay, great. Okay. You can, I can't seem to find Uncle Ruzly here, but yeah. Okay, Uncle Ruzly.
Can I start now?
Yes, you can.
You're breaking up, Chadlia.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah,
Let me
now
just
I can
stop.
hear you, but you're breaking up.
Okay. All right,
Can you hear me
Uncle Ruzly,
now?
you can, yes, I can. You can start now, Uncle
Okay,
Ruzly.
let me start now. Keep into my time.
Sure.
President Chadlia, members of the Rotaract Club of Colombo, thank you for the invitation extended to me and for the very thoughtful and unique gesture of sending a cake to my residence. No other president and club has done that before. This is the first time I have received such a treat, and thank you very much for that gesture.
No
In
problem,
one's
Uncle
life,
Ruzly.
in one's lifetime, there are many things one does that one is proud to be associated with. And equally, there are many things that one is ashamed of and don't want to talk about. In this case today, it's the other way around, and that is human nature. Today, I speak as someone who is proud of the fact that I have been associated with the birth of an organization which started as a club, a nucleus of 11 members and young idealistic individuals that has now evolved into a movement, from an institution, from a club to a movement of 52 years and counting. A movement which is now vibrant, expanding, spread across the country, growing at a rate further and faster than Rotary in Colombo in Sri Lanka, and encompassing thousands of young people, idealistic as we were in 1969, and making a real impact on the community, which is very important. I must confess, Chadlia, that this is more, in fact, much more than we ever dreamt of in September 1969. With the passage of time, the organization structures have changed. Methods of administrations have changed. And it must necessarily be so if you are and your club is to remain relevant, because society has changed. And we have to change with society and times. President Chadlia has asked me to speak about two of the projects that inspired me most during my time. And the two that I can recall, the first is the first project that our club did, which is a charity show that was screened at the Liberty Cinema in September 1969, in October 69, a month after we were inaugurated, and which was called Romeo and Juliet. It was an multi-award winning film done by a director called Franco Zeffirelli, and it was a big hit all over the world in the late 60s. And we made a clear profit of 50,000 rupees, which is a big amount then, and it's still in today's terms and purchasing power, I would say it's about 5 million rupees worth of goodies that we got from that movie. And we bought equipment for a school in Homagama area with Homagama Mahavidyalaya as the base, to have a sports center which encompasses Kaduwala, Homagama, Maharagama, and that whole area with this school as the base. Can you hear me, Chadlia?
Yes, I can.
Okay, then I'll carry on. Huh?
Sure.
In 1972, we had a dinner dance which was called Rotaract Night. And this was held at the then very prestigious GOH Hotel, Grand Oriental Hotel, with a crowd of about 250 people, because the hall couldn't take any more. But what was most interesting is that in attendance was two of the leading bands in this country, the Jetliners, headed by Minon Fernando, who is still Miss Music in Sri Lanka, and the Spitfires. And they both played 55 minutes to the hour, starting at 9:30 in the night and went on till 5 in the morning. It was a huge success and a huge social impact in society because of the manner in which it was held, with a lot of glamour and glitter, with a lot of presence of ladies and people of repute at that time. The monies for that were brought to many charities at that time. And I think, I forget now, but I know one thing, that we clicked over 100,000 rupees at that time. This was in 1972, which was a lot of money. Those are the two main projects that I can think of. My allocated time of 10 minutes is already up, and I can only say to you to dream as you have made dreams a reality, like we did in September 1969, and go forward as youngsters fearlessly and give Rotaract and bring Rotaract into a level that is unbeatable, especially the Rotaract Club of Colombo. Thank you. Thank you, Chadlia and the members.
Thank you, Uncle Ruzly. Thanks for those kind words. We do look forward to do that as well. Now we'd like to move on to an address by our past president from 2006, Alefiya Akbarally. Alefiya, are you on call? Hi, Alefiya.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? Do you need us to make you a host? Are you looking to share the screen, or is there anything?
I can share some pictures as I talk a little bit. So if I should have the permission to share my screen, that would be great.
Sam?
Just to interrupt, Alfie.
Hi,
Chadlia.
Yes, sure.
Hi, Chadlia. Hi, Alfie. Good to see you after so many years. I knew you were in Colombo.
I'm not in Colombo. I'm in Houston.
No, you were in Colombo, right? About 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
A month ago, Uncle. Yes. Uncle,
Yeah.
Uncle Ruzly, put your camera on if you can. We can't.
If I know how to. If I know how to.
Yeah. He doesn't want to show his face. Ah.
Yeah, there you go. He's got it. Yeah.
Is it correct? Is it there now?
It's perfect.
Yes,
the screen is so much better now that we can see you.
Okay. Thank you, Alfie.
Handsome as ever. Okay. Hi, Husna. So it's been so please forgive me ahead of time because it's been a long time since I've been a part of a Rotary organization, about 18 years. So thank you so much for having me and reconnecting current President Chettiar back with me and getting me involved again. Hello to everyone. I'm in Houston, Texas, so it's early morning here. So I have been asked by current President Chettiar to speak a little bit about Reach Out and how it began. And I've just consulted with Husna, Sherebanu, past President Mufa, and Naqeeb to get some information because, you know, it's been so long that I wanted to get some of my facts straight. So from what I remember and what I've, you know, managed to gather, the concept of Reach Out started as in the wake of the tsunami. So it started in 2004, and it was past President Basir's year. I don't know whether Basir is on the call with us actually. And I believe that he's the one who actually came up with the name of Reach Out, which has been fantastic for the project as a whole. So it had 4 phases to it. Funnily, at the time, I was not even a part of the Rotaract Club of Colombo. I was actually a part of the Rotaract Club of Regent. And past President Shamima was the project chair from Colombo, and I was the project chair from Regent. So it was a joint, it started as a joint community service project between 2 Rotaract clubs. And there was also some other people very involved from Regent, particularly someone by the name of Ayandra, who now lives in Canada. So he and I spearheaded it from there, and then Shamima and her team spearheaded it from the Rotaract Club of Colombo. During Naqeeb's presidency, so it started in Basir's year as an answer to the devastation caused by the tsunami. The first things we were doing were providing immediate relief and rations. We were literally out every single weekend, I remember, for at least 6 months, taking whatever we can to Ampara, Kalpitia, and all those, sorry, not Kalpitia, but Ampara and all those areas affected by the tsunami, right, from the whole coast. And we
Kalmune, Alfie, Kalmune.
Kalmune, sorry. Thanks, Naqeeb. Yeah, I was trying to think. I knew it was a name with K. So, so it started with the immediate relief, and then it subsequently kept growing because there was, all of us were seeing that there was a need for people to give money because of the devastation caused, and also that there was the need for, you know, lots of things to be done. So the initial thing was immediate relief, and then it moved on to more tangible items. So there was a component of it where we raised money, and a donor from London gave, I think, in the region of £20,000 at that time. So we're talking, what, 17 years ago, to donate about 7 fishing boats, and all the names. I have pictures of them. It's quite amazing looking at it after so long, but they're basically, they were named after people in his family who had lost their lives in the tsunami. So who were traveling in Thailand. So that was one phase of the project. Hold on, I
for some reason, I can't seem to share my screen, but I'll just keep talking because I don't want to take up too much time, and I can share the pictures later if you guys like to see it. It then moved on to getting even more funds, and we got involved with the Overseas School of Colombo and Akbar Brothers, I remember at the time, to build houses in Ampara. And we built 7 houses. At that time, the total amount roughly came to about 5 million rupees. Husna, correct me if I'm wrong. I think 6.5 lakhs per house. Am I right? Somewhere there? Is Husna, can Husna unmute herself? I think she'll know, she knows the figures. She's like is she around? Or have we lost her? She's there. Husna, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Now I can. So was that right? Around 5 million for those houses?
Yeah, it was 6.5 lakhs per house and about 1.2 per preschool.
Okay, and then so it has started in Basir's year, and because I think at the 1 year mark we opened the houses, and we had now entered past President Naqeeb's presidency. So the houses, I believe, were open whilst Naqeeb was president, right? And then we had another phase to the project where we partnered up with the politician Sajid Premadasa, am I right? And we built the preschools in Hambantota, and I think we funded about 3 preschools. And the preschools were what, 1.2 million, Husna, did you say?
Yes, something around that.
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting, yeah. So either, I don't know, some people think it was 2 preschools or 3, when not, I don't know. Husna will know better, I think. Or Shamima. Shami, can you, would you know?
For some reason, I remember it being 10.
No, no, it was not 10. It was 7 homes, 100%. I remember that because we even made the plaques, and they're still there in the houses. The preschools were 2, I believe. Anyway, the details we can figure out later. What was unique about the project, going back to Reach Out, is that not only did it span 3 years of, at the time, and I think the work even continued then, but I think the bulk of the work happened during those 3 years, from 2004 to 2007. And what was unique was it also captured so many different avenues of service, right? It was not only community service, international understanding, personal development. So its reach was huge. And also, I think it captured a lot of people's hearts as well, because it was just such good work being done, and there was such a need for it, and then to be presented with this, the tsunami was catastrophic, right? So we had to all put our thinking caps on, and I think everyone just wanted to help. So we had 2 clubs for 3 years, and then I think towards 2005, Shamima and I were project sharing Region. Shami, you may want to correct me if I'm wrong. I was from Regent and you were from Colombo. And then in 2005, because of some, I think some issues with Regent, I don't quite remember. I moved clubs. So I switched from Regent to the Rotaract Club of Colombo, and then continued with Reach Out. And then in 2006-07, I believe, is when we opened the preschools. So it kind of sort of, I would say, wrapped up in some respects with that work. And then I believe that Naqeeb and Shamima have restarted it now under the banner of Rotary Club of Colombo. And there were so many beautiful elements to this project, from, we did Reach Out walks. We even had our, own logo, which I believe you all are still using. There's a slight modification now being made. We had merchandise, stickers. We even had a song which was written for Reach Out. So I would say it was even like a marketing exercise on top of everything else which was happening. So in the end, we had donated, I believe, 5 to 7 boats, 2 to 3 preschools, 7 houses, and then almost gone in at least 20 to 30 times, I believe, on weekends to just work with children in all the displaced camps, where all the people who had been relocated because of the tsunamis. I believe there were 1 million displaced people after the tsunami. So that's kind of in a nutshell what Reach Out was. And I think it brought a lot of people together. It even got one of our past presidents married to another member. I think Shamima was who I've talked. Shamima and Mufa spent a lot of time together. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that in. But that's basically all I have to say. I don't know whether Husna or Naqeeb or Shami would like to add more, because they were very, very involved as well. Shami? Everyone's quiet on me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Yes, sorry about that, Alfie. I was trying to help my dad. Log back in again. I don't know if he was able to do that. Yeah, just very quickly, I just want to say, thanks, Alfie, for giving the background to the whole Reach Out project. Actually, Chadlia asked me to maybe speak a few words on that, and I'm very glad that Alfie spoke about it, because she of course recalled much more than I was able to. So Reach Out in last year when the pandemic started, Shamima approached the Rotary Club of Colombo and said, there's so many people who are in need of assistance, but they can't get it. And so Reach Out, I'll just share my screen very quickly. Yeah. Can everyone see the screen?
Yep.
Yes, I can see the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically the Reach Out logo. And again, it is very sketchy. So I think it was roughly from 2005 to 2007. I think Alfie also agreed this around the rough day, the years. The primary purpose was, for the tsunami. And so I will just show some of the photos that we had. Just so that people can see how it was. This is in the East Coast when we open up the houses. That's all of us. Alfie is there, Shami is there, Husna is there.
And
yeah.
Just to butt in, Naqeeb, if you go back to the previous picture, you'll see that it was that is half
the 7 owners.
Yeah, it's half it's the 7 homes, and also it's half the Rotaract Club of Colombo, because Kumarini and all of them, Colombo and Colombo region.
That's right.
It was a joint project, I believe, till 2007, and then I believe we kind of took it over after that.
Right. Okay. All right. So in last year, the Reach Out was reactivated again, this time to help COVID-19 people who are struggling with COVID-19. So it was not just only for financial assistance, but people were having difficulty paying their leases for vehicles. They needed legal help. People needed dry rations. So when Shami approached us, and we actually are now doing it in collaboration with the Rotary Club of Colombo. And just when we launched it last year, there was a daily mirror video that went viral in Kundasale. And it was basically people from the line houses that had come out to the streets, and they were protesting, and they were defying the curfew and saying that we can't stay at home. We don't have no food at home to eat. And that really struck a chord in a lot of people. And we happened to launch Reach Out around the same time. So that got the Reach Out got a lot of traction, and it's now in the form of a Facebook page. So we have 835 members right now. So if you have not, any one of you have not liked this page, please go and please like it. It's a Reach Out SL. And basically just some, how it works. And we have got, I didn't have time to put the summary up here, but we have helped approximately almost 4,000 people, 4,000 beneficiaries. And as of today, these are some of the images. And as of today, we have collected over 8 million rupees, which is approximately $40,000. and supported almost 4,000 people. So I think that's a huge achievement in less than 3 months. Shami has to take the credit for this because she's the one who really drove this. And I just want to touch on another project that came from the Rotaract Club of Colombo, that is Charity Apple. So a lot of the funding, if people want to donate through their credit cards, they come to Charity Apple, charityapple.org, and they donate for a particular cause. All these causes you see here are all reach out causes. So just wanted to talk about these two projects, mainly because these started as projects from the Rotaract Club of Colombo. So just for some of the members who are current members, maybe some of your projects that you're doing now could be can continue into the future as well in one form or the other. And I'm particularly honored to be currently the youth advisor for the Rotaract Club of Colombo. Actually, when I still can't believe I'm a youth advisor, because it kind of reflects on my age. So yeah, so I'm happy to be involved with the club again after some time. Thank you very much, Chedlia.
Thank you, Naqeeb. Thank you. Now, I would now like to invite our Youth Services Chair, Rotarian Asangi Jayasinghe, to address us.
Thank you, Chedlia. Good evening, everyone. Glad to see all the club members, as COVID pandemic has not allowed us to meet physically so far. Oh, I met Chedlia today. Thank you, Chedlia, for the cake. That was a lovely gesture. So as the chairperson of Youth Services of Rotary Club of Colombo, I'm really honored and privileged to be at the 52nd Founders Day celebration of Rotaract Club of Colombo, which is I think the first Rotaract Club in Sri Lanka. Glad to hear from past President Ruzly how the club began its journey to impact lives for better, and from Rotary Naqeeb as well, our youth advisor. Not everyone whom you know will be interested in charity. So we are all here today as a team because of our passion for charity, passion to serve, to change lives. Even if we do our little bit, like Naqeeb said, reach out in the project, reach out. I'm sure the world will be a better place and you will embrace humanity. Also, being a Rotaractor isn't just charity, but I see as endless opportunities for you to become a leader, not only in your community or in your country, but in the world at large. So once again, I thank President Chedlia and team for inviting me for this Founders Day celebration, and wish you and the team the strength, courage, and good health, which is very important these days, to serve to change lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian Asangi, for those words. We would look forward to doing better and serving the community, as as what was said by everyone here. So our last segment for the day would be an open floor for anybody who wishes to share their memories of Rotaract, or anybody who wishes to say anything. So is there anybody who would like to talk to us about their days in Rotaract, or any particular observation about our projects, or even give us like advice? Please do so.
Okay, Chadlia, this is Janaki from Sydney, Australia. Hi, everyone.
It's probably midnight for you, right?
Yes, it's just past midnight here, but that's all right. It's lovely to be a part of a historical moment for me, bringing back lovely, lovely memories. So I was Janaki Mailvaganam, my maiden name. So it was lovely to see Ruzly, Hussain, and Chandima and their faces after a long, long time. They were the youth advisors during my time as president. So I succeeded Fazal Ghafoor, who was the 10th year president. So I was 80-81, I think, yep. And at that time, I was the first woman or girl to be a president of a Rotaract Club for a full term in Sri Lanka. So I had the honor of that years ago, and now it's lovely to see so many women involved and girls involved in the club. It was a majority of boys in the old days. Some of the things that happened during our time was we were part of District 321, which was South India and us, part of South India. And we had the privilege of hosting the district conference for Rotaract in Colombo. We had a whole teams of youngsters from India joining us. And yeah, so the youth minister at that time was Ranil, and he was the chief guest. And I had the honor of garlanding him and welcoming him. So that was a highlight. Another highlight was we were sponsored by the Rotary Club of Colombo. Rohan Hapugala was the president then, to attend the Goodwill Conference of Peace and Goodwill Conference in India, in New Delhi. So 4 of us were sponsored, and we sponsored by the Rotary Club. And we had the privilege of meeting the presidents and prime ministers of 5 countries, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and we had the honor of being hosted by the esteemed Indira Gandhi, Prime Minister of India at the time, in Hyderabad House in one of her homes. So that was another highlight for us. So it marked a lot of big projects we did. And I remember, I think we did the first blood donation program at the police park in Havelock Town. Chitra Lane School for Children with Disabilities, or Special Children they were called. We used to organize the annual sports events. So those are 2 major projects that I remember participating in. I must say that that instilled a lot of values for me dealing with special people, and that's my career now. It started with Rotaract and embedded in me such a love and passion for working with people in disadvantaged communities. So in Sydney, I run my own consulting firm for 20 years now. The last 4 years have been focusing on servicing this community, thanks to Rotaract. All the best to you guys, and would love to keep in touch.
Thank you, President Janaki, past President Janaki. Is there anybody else who wishes to say anything?
Very briefly, Charia, I'm Chandima Gunawardana. I think I was the president perhaps in 1972. I think I was the 3rd president after Imtiaz. I think I took over from him. And that was a very, very long time ago. My memory is during one of the best times that I have had in my life. Janaki, you can remember we were there, and Ruzly, of course, we just couldn't get out of his clutches because he used to control us even at that time. And I can still remember we went to a Rotaract conference in Hyderabad with Ruzly and Vilani Pereira and Marina Fernando, and that was one of the highlights of during that time. We learned a lot of interaction with outside world. As Janaki said, that we had this opportunity of sharing Rotaract knowledge with the district club, which was District 321, which was 3 other districts in India. So we had a very good cultural interaction that we had. But one of the things that I want to tell everybody is that we had fun, platform of friendship and fun. On that, we did a lot of work for the community. And the binding thing was having fun, having good fun, having fellowship, and we extended the reach to the people who deserve through that platform. So it was good memories. I always cherish that, and what we are today is what we learned from that platform. Thank you very much, Rotaract, and thank you very much for everybody for giving me the opportunity of attending this, and all the very best for all your projects. And Janaki, good to see your face. Fantastic.
I'm here, man. Well said, Chandi. Well said.
Yes, thank you so much once again.
Thank you, past President Chandima. We can have one more person speak before we wrap up. Is there anybody who would like to say something?
Is Nafeesa online?
Yes, I believe so.
President Chedlia, I'd like to just make a quick comment to so that
Sure.
all the some of the past members and past presidents are here. Just to let everyone know, Chedlia is working on an archive for our club. So, I mean, before photographs and memories, like past President Chandima said, fade permanently.
Very soon it will go off.
So we'd like to capture all these things. And so if any of you have old photographs that you could share, you know, with Chedlia or with the current team, that would go into like an archive. And if you can share details about that, you know, some background about those photographs with some dates, that would really be very, very valuable. And once it's all put together, it will be shared on, I don't know, I'm not sure in which platform, but please look into this and see if you can find some old photographs, old memorabilia, anything that you could share with the club so that we can put this together. Thank you.
Thanks, Naqeeb. Past President Nafeesa.
Hi, Shetlia. It's lovely to see you and congratulations, everyone. She's my youngest daughter's classmate, so I'm not going to say in what generation we are. Janaki,
don't go there, Nafeesa.
Remember all of us. Ruzly, great to see you and thank you. Alefiya, I remember coming and being a guest speaker at your installation. Thank you. That was a high moment for us. Okay, I'm just going to very quickly share something. Today, you know, even getting to meet Rotary President is such a huge thing. But I must tell you, we were we hosted President Hiroji Mukasa. I don't know how many here can remember that. Rotaract Club of Colombo and the whole district hosted him to an evening at our home when he was here as the guest of honor, or actually he was here for Rotary, for the Rotary conference. Our club organized a huge pageant called Mankind is One. Ranil Silva is the one who spearheaded that. His creative efforts were huge and we had a wonderful, wonderful time. We were a very, very large part of that conference. The Rotaractors played a good, big role in that, thanks to Rotary. So we've all, I think, gained huge amounts, and I can see that Rotary is still giving back as much as you give to it. That's my message to Chedlia and all the newer members who've joined. It's a great organization.
Thank you very much.
And keep involved. All the best.
Thank you, Past President Nafeesa. Uncle Ruzly, is there anything that you would like to say before we wrap up?
I just have a little comment. This is Alefiya again.
Sure.
Sorry to. So one thing I forgot to mention, and I think it's worth for you guys to all know that great things are possible in Rotaract. And I must say it was some of the best years of my life. Like I really miss that component of my life in Houston now. But after 3 years of doing Reach Out, during the year that I became president, we put together a report of all the work we had done and we submitted it to Rotary International. And at the Rotary Convention in Utah in 2007, we won the best community service project in South Asia. If I'm not mistaken, I stand to be corrected, but I think it was the only time we have won this award. And it was, on an international platform, and we won it for the year 2006 for Reach Out. So I would encourage you all, with all the work you do, please document it. That's the one great thing about Reach Out was it was very well documented. And please take the initiative to submit it to an international forum and be recognized, because you often see a lot of Rotaract clubs in India, Bangladesh being recognized for various ventures, but something like what you guys are redoing with Reach Out and all the other fantastic programs you're working on, please take that extra effort and push and submit your projects to that international forum as well. So that was a huge highlight in my year. And I remember getting letters from various presidents and staff congratulating us for that award, because I think it was unprecedented at the time. So please go ahead and continue to do that.
Thanks for that, past President Alefiya. Uncle Ruzly, Naqeeb, is Uncle Ruzly looking to say something, or should we look at wrapping up?
We can look at wrapping up, I think.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much to everyone who joined us and spent an hour of their time reminiscing about RCC and the well wishes as well. Do keep in touch, and as Naqeeb did say, do send me pictures as well so I can actually archive it and document it. It would be good to have a record of something that maybe maybe Rotaractors 50 years down the line could have a look at as well. Thank you so much, and good night.